the game from playing it at an early age. We won the first ever ACC championship, defeated UNC. I think my favorite goal was probably... My name is Laura Kerrigan, and I am the soccer coach here at Cary High School for the boys team and for the girls team.
Today, we're interviewing someone that has been more than a coach, more than just a teacher, been a counselor for most of us, been an example, constant motivation. So, thank you so much.
Thank you. That's very nice of you to say, Jose. I've very much enjoyed having you in my class as a student and, of course, as a player on the soccer team.
That's right. So I want to start. I did some research. It says that you went to Randolph High School.
Correct. Yeah, Randolph High School in New Jersey.
In New Jersey. Mm-hmm. How was it there? Did you play soccer?
I did. So I grew up playing soccer. I played with boys as I grew up. And then when I got to 8th grade, I had actually been the leading scorer on the 7th grade team. And then in 8th grade, a coach on the team wouldn't allow me to play on the team. He cut me from the team. And later on, we found out that it was because I was a girl. And he didn't think that boys and girls should be playing on the same team. And so the next year when I entered high school, they had actually started a girls' high school team. And so I had to play on the girls' team, even though many of the girls did not have the experience in soccer that I had in soccer.
So how would you say you love for soccer start?
I just have a passion for the game from playing it at an early age. And my brother and I would watch the Spanish television channel on TV so we could watch soccer, because that's the only place in the U.S. that you could see soccer on television. So, but just by playing the game, I just fell in love with it.
Did your parents also like soccer? Or
my parents didn't know anything about soccer. Both my parents grew up in New York City. My dad followed baseball, and that's actually how I got involved in soccer, because he enrolled me in the baseball league, and I was the only girl in the entire baseball league. And then after baseball season, all of the boys were joining soccer. So I joined soccer along with all the boys, and that's how I got to know the sport.
How was it like playing for NC State?
It was incredible. So NC State had only had a varsity team I came in the second recruited class. And we were very competitive. They had been, I think, number 20 in the country their first year. And then each year that I was there, we moved up higher and higher in the rankings and did better and better each year I was there.
Okay, yeah, because I see that you guys won the ACC.
We won the first ever ACC championship, defeated UNC in the championship. I was fortunate enough to take the winning penalty kick, and that was one of the most exciting moments in my sports career. Unfortunately, then about 3 or 4 weeks later, we lost in the NCAA finals, the championship game against UNC. So we played against each other in the ACC championship, which we won. But then about a month later, we played against each other in the NCAA championship. The ACC championship ended in a tie, and we went to penalty kicks. So it was decided by penalty kicks. So yeah, it was exciting, very exciting.
Because you scored 53 goals in your college career, and you used to play as a center.
I mostly played in the midfield in college, yeah. I was very fortunate to get to play 2 years with one of the greatest players ever in the women's game. Her name was Charmaine Hooper. She was a player from Canada, and she came in my junior year, and she was fantastic. I also played with some other fantastic players, like Jill Rutten came in my sophomore year, and she was a fantastic player as well. So I was very fortunate to play with some very high-level teammates while I was in college.
And out of those 53 goals, do you have a favorite one?
I think my favorite goal was probably against Central Florida, which at the time was a powerhouse. And it was a ball that I took down the wing, and I did a little Johan Cruyff move played it behind my standing leg, took a dribble, and then bent the ball into the upper side netting. And it was probably the highlight, the best goal I ever scored. So, yeah.
How did you decide to become a coach?
Well, when I graduated college, there weren't very many opportunities in the United States to play beyond college. So there were, amateur leagues that we could play in, and I did end up playing in that. But your only real opportunity to continue your involvement with the game at a high level was to coach. So I went right into assistant coaching, and I had a connection through Jillian Ellis, who ended up being the U.S. national team. She was our assistant coach at NC State my senior year, and she had graduated from William & Mary. And so I had decided I was going to go to law school, and she put me in contact with John Daly, who was the head coach at William & Mary at the time, and he hired me to be an assistant coach there while I went to law school. And that's how I got involved with coaching.
Wait, so law school. Why law school? Like, when did you love for law and justice and?
Yeah, well, I had actually majored in accounting in college, and then I did an internship with a big accounting firm in between my junior and senior year, and determined that I did not want to be an accountant. But at that point, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, and I had very much enjoyed some classes I took in college that had to do with law, and so I decided that law school would be a good option for me. So I was fortunate enough to get a scholarship to go to law school, so it did not cost me money, and I had the opportunity to coach as well, which I love to do. So I think it all came together for me at William & Mary.
What's the biggest lesson that coaching has taught you?
You learn how to deal. I think maybe the best lesson is learning how to deal with the highs and lows, because in athletics, there's no higher high that you experience, and no lower low in terms of losing games that are really tight that you've poured your heart into. And I think it's a good lesson for life, because we have lots of highs and lows in life, and you can't get too high after a win, you can't get too low after a loss. You have to return and keep on going with whatever you face, and I think that's a great lesson for life.
Yeah, what do you think about your future? Do you feel comfortable here in Kerry?
Yes, I love coaching in high school, and I love teaching in high school. Being in the classroom is a different dynamic, and it's really fun to interact with kids and see the ideas, and just be so impressed sometimes by some of the ideas that people come up with. I mean, something will happen in the classroom, and I'll ask a question, and someone will answer it from a whole different viewpoint, and I sit there and go, I never thought of that. That is an excellent answer. That is an excellent idea. And in soccer, I love conversations with players about, hey, what about this formation? How would that work for us? What about this idea? What about this on a free kick? And so it's always interesting to get new ideas and continue to learn, whether it be in classroom subjects or whether it be on a soccer field. And so I love what I do. Like I said, this is my third career, and by far my favorite career. Okay. It might be the lowest paying career that I've had, but it is definitely the most enjoyable. So I don't have plans on going anywhere anytime soon.
All right. That's good. That's good. So adding on to that, is there any advice that you would like to give to your players that you would like them to never forget?
Yeah. Always play your hardest in every minute of the game, and just lay it. Don't leave anything behind. Lay it all out there, so you walk away from that field saying, I gave it my best shot. I did everything I could in this game. Same with training. So work hard at training to improve. Every single minute of training is your chance to get better. And so I would just say, continue to work hard, okay? And get better every day, and leave it all out there on the field, and have no regrets when you walk off that field. I did everything I could. Right? Maybe it didn't work out for me. Maybe everything didn't go perfectly, because no game ever does. We all make mistakes. Coaches make mistakes every game. Players make mistakes every game. Even referees, although they don't like to admit it, they make mistakes in the game. And we're going to get better, though. We're going to get better each game, and we gave it our best shot. We did everything we could, and we moved forward. So I think the saying is that success is not a destination, it's a journey. And I truly believe that, because all along the way, you're gaining different aspects of success that you're going to utilize in other portions of your life.
Now, in your opinion, what do you think that separates an average player from a great player?
Okay, I think a lot is effort level. So you've heard me say this many times on the soccer field. Two things that I absolutely love about the game of soccer, the game of football, is that one, it rewards effort.
Yeah.
If you are willing to outwork your opponent, you can gain a huge advantage on the field. Okay, if you're willing to make the runs that they're not willing to make, if you're willing to make a run on every single chance that we might cross a ball to you, one of those times we will, and you'll be there to put it in the back of the net. If you're willing to work backwards on transition, on defense, and mark your player, ball side, goal side, every single time, at some point you are going to save us from having a goal scored on us. So number one, it rewards effort level. And number two, it rewards people who think while they play. So there are some people where they'll watch somebody and say, oh, they're not that talented, they just happen to be at the right place at the right time. Well, that takes thinking. To be at the right place at the right time, that's tactical understanding. And so I love about the game that if you are clever and can fake out your opponent, if you are smart and can anticipate where the ball is going to be served and how it's going to be served, if you are disciplined in where you need to be, set up on free kicks, on corner kicks, and so forth, you can gain a huge advantage over your opponents.
I just got one more question. I asked this to Coach Stewart, and I would like to ask you. How would you like to be remembered as a coach?
That's a great question. I think I would like to be remembered as a coach as somebody who cared about their student athletes as a person. And not just as an athlete, not just as a student, but cared about them and was invested in them and their future. I think that would be probably the best for me if I was remembered that way. A lot of coaches are about wins and losses and so forth. That stuff we forget about that stuff. I mean, what I remember about my coaches, my high school coaches, my college coaches, my club coaches, are how they affected my life and the type of person that they were, not wins and losses and things like that.
That's right. Okay, thank you, Coach.
Oh, thank you so much. I really enjoyed
sharing your journey. I think, honestly, I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't know all your story, all your background. So it's good to know. It's good to know. Thanks again for giving me this space to interview you, to know a little bit more about you.
And thank you. I very much enjoyed watching your podcast with Coach Stewart and your interview skills and getting to know a little bit more about you. Like, I didn't know about the piano, and I learned that today. So that was, so thank you for sharing that with me as well.
Okay. Coach.
All right.
Can I give you a hug?
Yes, of course. Yes. Yeah. Hug it out, man. Thank you.